Brewers, the pitching is a work in progress. Another team who we just got shut out by, Nasty Nestor, as they call him. They have had some pitching injuries, though. How do you think they navigate that?
I don't think it's like I know he got shut out today, but I don't think their staff is that good when healthy.
Yeah,
fully healthy.
I'm with you.
Fully healthy, you got Quintana, Woodruff, Savali, Freddie Peralta, and Nestor. I think that is like average, above average. Freddie Peralta is really good. Savali's average. Nestor's average. I don't think that's anything ridiculous. And pitching, I want to say, is something that's carried the Brewers, and it's been a big reason why they've been so successful the last decade, half decade. I don't know. Like, I know they've played okay to start the year, besides that disaster in New York. I just don't know if it holds up in the long term.
I feel you. I feel when I look at this Brewers team, obviously they're only 3-4 to start the year, but when I saw them against the Reds tonight, watching the game, my first thought was, how do they keep getting away with this? Because there's no way you should be playing a lineup that has Bryce Terang, Joey Ortiz, Sal Frelick, and Vinny Capra in it, and just come out with games. So my take is for the Brewers is I'm kind of, even though they stink, I don't think I'm not a better either, but I would bet on them until they lose the NL Central, Yeah. Because somehow they just manage to just pull out these games, even with subpar pitchers, like you said. Like, I'm starting to think they could roll me out there and I could throw scoreless innings.
They just find weird ways to win games, and they hardly ever win games by like a home run or extra base hits. It's always like a ball that barely gets into the outfield, and like walk, and then they'll have like a blooper into the outfield that scores a run. Like, it's ridiculous.
Yep, totally. Cardinals. Nolan Gorman and Jordan Walker have impressed. Wilson Contreras and Mason Wynn have struggled. Cardinals are in first place right now in our division. What do you see from them?
This is kind of very in detail, I guess, but I don't think anyone, including the Cardinals, are expecting themselves to contend or win.
Yeah.
Speaking of winning, I don't know why Mason Wynn is hitting last.
Yeah, I know, right?
It makes no sense. I don't know. I just feel like, at least to me, it's one of your quote unquote cornerstone guys. I feel like he should be hitting first or second. I don't know. Other thing is, Ivan Herrera is a really good catcher.
Yes.
I was on that hype train coming into the year.
You were.
I'm glad to see it pay off.
I was going to give you props. The Lars Nootbaar pick.
Yes.
He had paid off. He's been playing really well. The article says, Jordan Walker's playing well. My take is very similar to the Brewers. On paper, like we kind of alluded to in the preview, this team is not very good. But they haven't had a losing season in a long time. Or maybe they've had one losing season, but they've been good pretty much our whole entire lives. And so, unfortunately, I can't say for sure that I'll bet against the Cardinals because they always seem to find a way to win games too. So, not sure. Cubs, Kyle Tucker is the impact bat they needed. What do you think about the Cubs, another team that we weren't extremely high on coming into the season?
Yeah, I mean, he could mess around and win MVP, but the supporting cast isn't anything crazy. The bullpen is still horrendous. The starting pitching is pretty bad outside of Steele and Shota. I don't know. Like, even with all that said, like I said, Tucker can win the MVP, and he's going to hit the open market and free agency, and he's going to go somewhere else.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that because I want him to leave the Cubs. I just don't think the Cubs are going to be able to match the offers from a Yankees or, God forbid, a Dodgers, some team like that.
I agree. I agree with everything you said. I think that Shota Imanaga is one of the most underrated players in baseball. I feel as if not many people, I'm talking about the average MLB fan here, knows who Shota Imanaga is. And unless you're a Cubs fan, last year he had a pretty underratedly terrific year. 15 wins, 3 losses. I know that doesn't really matter much, but 3 WAR, under 3 ERA in 173 innings pitched. Gotten off to a good year this year. 5'10", 175-pound, 31-year-old lefty. You wouldn't expect him to be as good as he is, but I think he's a guy who baseball fans should pay a little bit more attention to. It's my take. Pirates, they are burning up the base paths. What do you think about the Pirates trying to steal our thunder with the stolen bases?
I just think if the biggest thing to talk about with the team is their base running, then they've got problems.
Yeah.
I don't know. Their lineup is just so bad.
Yeah.
Jack Suwinski's leading off. He's not good. Brian Reynolds is never good in April and May. O'Neal Cruz can be good, but at the same time, if he's the only good hitter, they're not going to pitch to him. So, I don't know. Same old Pirates.
Yeah, my take. One, I got a question. Is Nick Gonzalez hurt? I maybe missed that news. He was. Because he's only played 1 game this year.
Say that again. You cut out for a second.
Oh, sorry. Is Nick Gonzalez hurt?
I think so. He got hurt he hit a home run actually and got hurt
because he's only played 1 game.
But he's hurt, I guess. Nick York, I think, is better personally.
I know. Selfishly, because you're high on Nick York, I don't want to see Nick York because I'm not trying to see the Pirates be good.
Yeah.
But look, I feel if I were Paul Skeens, I don't know what I would do. I guess I would just keep pitching and balling out, but I don't know. I might go to the Pirates and ask for their whole. I might ask to become a co-owner or something like that.
I know. I would too.
Because without him, this is the worst team in the league, I think. Another team that's one of the worst teams in the league are Cincinnati Reds. Matt McClain is back in a big boost, so I'm happy they're being a little positive. Mark Sheldon's being a little positive about our season so far. What do you think about the Reds? Just quick or long thoughts about what you think.
I'm going to go spin zone here. While McClain is great and he looks like he hasn't skipped a beat, and he's probably the only reason that we've won 2 games. That's not true. He's the reason that we have won 2 games. But aside from him and Ellie, who hit 2 and 3 in the lineup, everyone else is just a disaster right now.
Yes.
And that's really all I have to say, because there's not really I can go individual by individual, but everyone besides Ellie and McClain are just not off to a great start.
I agree. We'll talk more about this throughout the season because, we'll cover the Reds a lot. But I'm going to get really negative here, and I'm going to make this all about myself for no good reason. Just talking to people that are Reds fans every day, people in my family, it's just I just don't know where the talent's at. And I might be the delusional one about that, but when I look at this team outside of De La Cruz, McLean, maybe CES and Lux, and I guess Trevino hasn't been terrible. I just want to see some new people, like try new people out. Like I can't have Santiago Espinal keep playing and doing terribly. I can't keep running out Blake Dunn in right field. Like I would just try something else, I feel. Because obviously I think that 3 games in a row losing 1-0, while it's a good sign the pitching is doing well, it's not great when you get shut out for 27 straight innings.
Yeah.
And I think that I just want somebody to bring a spark, like somebody to get a hit, because it's just bad baseball watching. I'm not sure, maybe if you're a pitching dual guy, but I'm not really a pitching dual guy. I want to see my team score at least 1 run. So that's my take. But I don't know. I guess we're still thinking that Candelario is going to be prime, I don't know, Chipper Jones or something like that. So, hey, I guess we can dream, I guess.